And we have transitioned. Welcome to the Taphaven podcast. I'm your host, Eric. Joined with me are my co-hosts, Borderman and Naticus.
Hi.
Hello.
You know what's funny? They can't actually see the labels.
No, we can't.
And it's not really intuitive, like that we always complain about the names. And you know what else isn't intuitive at all? The idea that one singular entity in this world could create the stupidest piece of legal paperwork this side of the Mississippi.
I'm not looking forward to this episode, guys. Not because of y'all, but because of the content of it. I'm just not ready for this amount of humanitarian not even humanitarian bullshit, just human bullshit.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you from the minds of the idiots, patent number 1240337, which, by the way, is a patent by Nintendo for summoning mechanics.
Bro.
That is so loosely defined. It is you look up this patent, guys. This patent is a singular page that says, you know what? It won't even take 10 seconds to read you this patent. That's how generic this patent is.
They just want, they just wanted to cover all their bases because, they tried to go ahead and take care of one fire. They're noticing that didn't work really. And they're trying to do the other fire, which is allowing other people to even possibly breathe their name out of anybody's mouth, which is
so
crazy.
It's crazy talk. And so this patent generally just covers the idea of summoning a character, your character, at a designated spot on the screen. An enemy character is summoned at a designated spot on the screen with the intent to battle. And that is it. That's like the whole patent. That is the patent. And I kid you not, the abstract is like 3 sentences describing that.
Dude.
Okay? And here is the part that little cherry of shit right on top, okay? The cherry on top is they didn't even begin to object to this patent. It was passed by the USPTO, which is the US Patent and Trademark Office, immediately with no objection.
No. I thought this was like a thing that I thought it was like in contention. I didn't know this was already existing.
Immediately slipped through. Immediately slipped through. It is, yeah. And everybody is calling this a mistake. This is objectively a mistake. Like the idea that this is
So, do they get sued? Because they're Nintendo,
yeah.
So I guess not. But
well, no.
Monsters who are able to
So people would have to win a court case, setting precedent, and spend a lot of money to essentially bring up whether or not. And here's the thing: I don't know a lot. I actually have a friend in copyright and trademark. I am definitely asking him about this week. I would be interested to know his thoughts. He is much more trained and versed in copyright and patents than I am. But as far as I understand it, this does mean that Nintendo gets to shoot from the hip and fire off lawsuits as will, citing this as their, statute.
I got 2 things.
Yes.
One, there's not just one patent, there's another one.
Oh, my
There's
goodness.
2, right?
It's 2. The earlier one was for
Power World.
switching, your mount.
Oh, wait,
Switching
what?
switching of writing objects. Yes.
That's
Now the second
wild.
thing is that uh, I find what is it? Not illusions or maybe metaphors, basically things that will help it make more sense to people, right? Because a lot of people are probably like, oh, they patented something, well, they made it, so shouldn't they have a patent for it? They created it. Think about it this way. They are describing it in this document as like you have a character on the screen, and then that character moves away, and another character pops up, and that character is used to fight another character. So like they're describing literally the animation. So this is setting precedent for patenting a movie. Could you imagine if in a movie someone patented a fight scene or shooting somebody or driving a car away from another car because we're racing or
It's the equivalent.
it's a getaway chase?
And correct me if I'm wrong, Anthony, just to clarify, because I think I'm on the same page as you. But you're not saying like, oh, the choreography is patented. You're saying, think about the idea of patenting the idea of a fight scene,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You-
And
Two
that's
people throwing
where it
fists
gets
at each other.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yes,
People could be
that's
like-
where it gets crazy.
We
Yeah.
created the Karate Kid, and only us can actually have fight scenes.
Ever.
And we're the only company in the world that can make fight scene movies from now on. Or for the next
wild.
25 years, if that's how patents work. I can't remember if all patents have a 25
And this
year,
is,
like...
guys, this is coming from like Steven Seagal of all people in terms of like games. Like Game Freak has not put out an original idea in years.
Well, no, they never have. Pokemon is a stolen IP. There is an IP before Pokemon
Is it
that
Shin
did Pokemon. What is that the name of it?
Tensei? Shin Megami Tensei?
If I could spell that, I don't know.
SMT is usually like how it's abbreviated.
This is something that I have not verified for myself, unfortunately. It is something someone that I trust has told me, and I've heard parroted by other people I trust, where they're like, Nintendo stole Pokemon, actually.
Yeah, I think Shin Megami Tensei is from... God, she got big fast.
He
Yeah,
is
for real,
big.
dude. It's like
He
a
is
real
big,
cat.
man.
Jesus.
He is
We always get him backwards.
all of 8 pounds now.
That's Larka.
He got thick.
Yeah, this is
What's
like
adult?
Stop.
What's
What are
adult
you
weight?
doing? 10 pounds usually, like right around 10 pounds.
Bro,
So,
he's coming for
he's-
it. He's like,
he's
let me
big.
go.
He's big.
The biggest reason for people to go and look up this patent is so that they can see the illustrations
Bro.
and how ridiculous they are. And these illustrations will
gosh.
show you that they aren't patenting like their specific characters and their specific stuff. There are basically stick figures with the most rudimentary trees you've ever
So
seen drawn,
stupid.
and a ball flying through the air, and a smaller stick figure that could be a monster. Like
Yeah.
it's just circles and lines. Like,
Guys,
no
let's be real.
art.
Let's be real. Let's go ahead and say exactly what this is. Nintendo is being run by a very old guard of not even a very old guard, the old guard equivalent of game I guess company owners. Like the board of Nintendo is owned by people who have held on to their power like a vice grip, and there has been no change in the higher ups large enough to stop them from being able to continue what they're doing. So we may all think that this is backwards. This is not the way that we consider that gaming has to improve to move forward, because we aren't present at Nintendo, which is wild to say.
but I mean, the insane part is that the government approved it.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that Nintendo was like trying to be dicks about it, but the government looked at this and said, yes, you can patent that. How does that make any sense? In any world, how does that make any sense? The only way it makes sense is corruption. Someone's getting paid an insane amount of money
Something, yeah.
to look the other way so that they can win the legal battle by default against Power World's creators.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is like
crazy.
looking at Power World and their trajectory. I don't see them as being this like crazy upstart. I mean, yes, they've been very successful in terms of like a indie development on that I guess that front, but I don't see how they are able. They're seeing this event and they're like, I have to go ahead and lock this entire situation down. I have to go ahead and continue my legacy by making it impossible for anyone other than me to create anything like me. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how do you improve upon what has happened before if the people who came from before said, "Nuh-uh, no take backsies"?
I mean, you're kind of getting it right on. Where I mean, the problem is it's just greed and stupidity. It's literally all adults, everybody in the world, are play adults. There is no such thing as an adult in my mind. We all learn how to behave in certain situations, and we call that being an adult. But everyone is very much a child on the inside. And, you know, you learn things and you try to implement them to stop those childish feelings, those childish desires. But when you make all the money in the world and you see some other dude on the playground stealing all your candy, you go, no, that's my candy. You're not allowed to do that. And then they file a lawsuit, or they file the lawsuit, they file the patents and all that. I'm getting a little all over the place, but the core concept is it's greed and stupidity.
Greed and stupidity.
Those core human traits.
Yeah.
And these aren't making adult decisions. These are babies crying because their greed says, you can't do what I'm doing, only I can do it. Not to mention, the funniest thing is, a rising tide lifts all ships. So if Power World is insanely successful, guess what? Oh my god, so many more people go and play Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, because you guys started the question. You started the freaking movement in the first place, and then it allows you to go ahead and take pressure off of Pokemon and do something different with it. Because right now you've already created the archetype that started Power World. Why don't you go ahead and see what they're doing and be like, you know, that's interesting, but I have a different idea and go a different direction. You can fork and both do the same thing and still be successful. It doesn't make any sense to go ahead and shit on one dude because it's too close to your baby.
It's literally what everyone would want. Everyone would play Power World, and then so many new people would play Pokemon as well, and they'd be like, man, Pokemon is so, like, refined, you know, it's like, it's made better. Well, and everyone would be like, well, yeah, it's a big company, they're old, they got a lot of developers. And everyone's going to be like, oh, well, could they make a Power World-esque thing for Pokemon? Like, and everyone would want that, and then they do it, and they release what would be the polished version in their own way, and more rising of the tide. Like, everyone will just keep going up. You know, you create a whole new genre, even potentially, of gaming. That's how that sort of thing usually happens.
Say it, Eric. What are you going to say? Are you reading something?
So I am reading the actual patent.
Okay.
And so I found it. I linked it in the moderator channel for the Taphaven Discord, which you can find in the links below. But in the moderator channel, I linked the full patent, which I was able to find. And honestly, it's one of those things where I think in particular that...
You know what's really funny about this patent while you try to form that thought? They have pictures of a Switch on it. So if I was a lawyer on Power World side, I'd immediately be like, yeah. So this patent only applies to the Switch.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's got the Switch on it. So they patented making a game in a certain way on their own device. Cool. Has nothing to do with making this somewhat similar thing
or anything else
on Steam. Yeah.
So funnily enough, I think this is a classic bully mentality. So from what I'm reading now, it does seem like there are some specific things that Nintendo is trying to patent hidden inside of this that are reasonable. But it is so broad, and it definitely, from the language, seems like what Nintendo is doing is creating a purposefully obtuse patent to force people to think differently about how they approach problems, to make them not as close or not as good or not as ideal for this style of game, because they don't want to take Nintendo to court over it and actually battle this patent. Like, it's just broad enough that it's like, this patent doesn't really say that, but do I want to risk having to take Nintendo to court?
Absolutely
And it really seems like Nintendo, being the litigious corporation that it is, that even if this patent were done with the intent of very specifically doing this idea of sub character fight switching that is very unique in Scarlet and Violet, for example, this was still probably not done in good faith.
No.
Even giving Nintendo the benefit of the doubt there, which I'm hesitant to do even that, right?
Wouldn't do
Yeah. So at best, it is a purposeful bullying situation, and at worst, it's like a corrupt government slip through, you know?
Like
and
somebody was planted to go ahead and make sure that Nintendo, as a company, is able to pay off their due.
I don't think planet is the right word, but more like there was probably a good bit of money that exchanged hands to make sure that this patent kind of,
so
got to the right desk.
So fucking dark. I hate it here, guys.
Yeah, I just want to use another analogy.
Yeah, go for the
Patenting
analogy.
stuff like this. Patenting video game stuff, video game development, how you write something. Like in here they have like what do you call them? Basically decision trees on like basically pseudocode, where it's like if this, then that, and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
What they are doing is equivalent to patenting using this type of brush with this color paint and putting it on a canvas. They are literally patenting art.
Yeah.
Okay? This isn't... they didn't invent a wheel. Okay?
This is not the copywriting of a franchise asset. This is the general idea around an asset. Like, you can no longer make animated characters because I have made them.
Yeah, so if stuff like this keeps happening, someday, no one can paint. No one can draw. No one can make movies or videos. No one can make anything. Only the company can make anything. And if you want more dystopian stuff like that, go and watch Alien Romulus. It's a pretty good movie.
You know, what also you should be watching is Alien Earth. Have you started watching that?
I have watched all of Alien Earth.
Oh,
wow.
Eric, you don't.
I have not watched
Tomorrow's
Alien Earth.
You do scary stuff.
Oh, I love horror. Yeah, I'm all in.
Why not?
Literally just time, man.
Yeah,
time has been everything
forget
has
Matt. Don't forget
thieved
Matt.
my time.
Matt, remember, first off, Eric's available every weekend.
He's available
off-
every weekend.
Whoa,
Second
whoa,
off, no,
whoa.
second off, time out. I'm not done. Second off, there's this little show called Stranger Things that the new season comes out in a couple of months. He only has enough time to rewatch all of Stranger Things, all 4 or 5 seasons, but there's no way, he has time to watch a couple one episode a week of Alien.
Since our last podcast, I have finished Stranger Things.
If it's not on the schedule, it doesn't exist. That's what I'm hearing, Eric.
But
The schedule.
put it on the schedule.
Isildur.
Casted it in the fire.
Cast it into the fire. Oh, God.
No, it is on my list. But yes, I have been I have
Guys,
been mostly working in my free time. So
Introduce the whiskey. I'm gonna go grab some food.
Yeah, for real. We need the whiskey to deal
Yeah.
with the horrible precedent that the
Oh my
government has
gosh.
set for the creative industry and
So
art
yeah,
as a whole.
today, yeah, it's wild. Today we go all the way to the distant land of America, and we're having the Westland Distillery Flagship American single malt whiskey, sitting right at 46% alcohol by volume. Now, I don't know that I've had a Westland Distillery whiskey before. It's a relatively new distillery. I think in the grand scheme of things, obviously there are some pretty old whiskey companies in America.
Oh, no,
This one
I'm
in
sorry,
particular is in Seattle, Washington, which is very interesting. Right across the street from Ghost Fish Brewing Company. And yeah, this is as far as
I'm sorry. I'm so distracted right now. I
They're
just read
making
chat for
a-
the first time, way delayed.
Pokemon Minecraft game. Yeah.
Sorry about that. So where is this from? You said it's from
I've turned.
So this is from
Westland?
Seattle, Washington. And
The whiskey.
Oh, have
they
we had anything from
actually,
Seattle?
I don't think we've had a Washington whiskey. I think this just might be the first Seattle, Washington whiskey. Funnily enough, in 2023, they kind of made some big waves. One of their whiskeys ended up ranking third in the world for the Whiskey Advocate. Now, unfortunately, this particular one that got third in the world was a limited release that they did. So it wasn't this
course it
particular
is. God
one,
damn it.
right? So, definitely not what we're having here, but you know, they have some clout now after doing that.
They
So,
have some money to throw.
Y'all might be enjoying this one without me.
do you not have a
have it.
19?
No, I have it right
No.
here. Guys,
Yeah.
these usually unscrew really easily, right?
Yeah.
Then what the heck, dude?
Is it not coming out? Dude, what
I'm
is
Anthony
afraid to
hasn't been
break
working
the
his
glass.
forearms.
Dude, your
Man.
box has been just cursed.
It really
Can you open this
has.
for me?
Oh no.
Get the hot water.
Maybe
Get the hot water.
It is small. Like maybe I can't get the right leverage, but I'm afraid I am getting leverage, and it's just not.
It's not coming. It's not coming loose.
It's not, dude. Does it look different than the other ones?
Check.
Oh, it looks deeper.
Uh-oh.
It's like it got screwed on past its limit.
Oh god. So they
Like there's
what,
no
they-
gap.
They just fucking chucked out the thread.
All right, my wife is gonna try to open it for me. She's
I
strong.
believe she can do
She's
Are
it.
got
you
it.
leaving?
She's strong.
Oh, she's got the
got
secret
tools.
weapon. She's got
Got
silicon.
tools.
Oh,
Oh, instantly got it with the silicon glove. Thank you. She's a genius.
nice.
Engineers.
So,
An engineer too. She's a real
I was about to
engineer.
say, I
She
was like,
engineers
aren't
real
you
I was
stuff.
about to say mechanical,
A lot-
computer.
for a long time, people, yeah, well, they'll always say computer engineer is not real.
Well, Brent,
They deal with fantasy.
Yeah.
this smells great. Let's do this. So I can-
It does have an interesting smell. Guys, cheers. Episode 64.
Cheers,
First, church.
my boys, my good soggy
yeah.
boys.
While they sip it, I'm excited to finally reopen one of these.
Mmm.
Single malt bullet to compare it to. We shall.
Wow.
Ooh. Wow.
Wood,
Woody.
cinnamon,
Mm-hmm. It's spicy.
pepper. I get wood, cinnamon, and pepper.
There's some
With a
vanilla in there.
Non-alcoholic. Is this non-alcoholic single malt?
No, there's
So much
definitely alcohol
flavor.
here.
I'm just teasing. I'm teasing because there's so much flavor. Like,
Eric, marshmallow.
I actually thought that like if there were four of us, two of us could have filmed, but like flipped our cameras upside down,
Oh my god.
and that would have really sold the bet. But there's three of us, so it gets a little awkward.
Ay, 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 ay. Have you never heard of 369?
Who's bending
Sir.
their back for the three?
Anyways,
Absolutely not. Let's wrap that up. I don't want to hear any more.
Oh man. So the other interesting thing of note, which we talked a little bit about before, that we're just gonna tease, we're gonna like throw it at your face, but then run away with it because Anthony and I have more research to do on it. But Silksong, Team Cherry's Silksong finally released. And not only did it sell, I mean, crazy numbers. Crazy numbers.
It started at
Let's
least
see.
it released with 1 million
3.5 million just
Yep.
on Steam.
on Steam.
Close to 3.5. Estimates up to 2 million for the Game Pass deal, which includes both PC and Xbox. They don't really have a good estimate on the who for who yet, but I mean, Team Cherry's raking it in with it. Not only that, they brought down every store that they were on for multiple hours. I think Steam
Due to
store was
traffic.
down for 2 hours.
To financial traffic, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I think it's the first time that an indie game has brought down the Steam store, which is insane. I don't know that another indie game has done that. Somebody will have to like comment, tell me, has another indie game broken Steam for this amount of time?
For sure, it's the only one to do it. Because I don't know. I don't think anybody was swinging around the weight that Team Cherry is, and was able to actually pull Steam down from it. I'm sure that other platforms were able to go ahead and get crashed from something akin to this, but not Steam. At least I don't think. For those listening, I am playing the game, unlike these plebeians.
I never
And oh man,
really played the first one.
that's okay. That's okay, man. It's okay.
It's a very
Pretty sure I tried
distinct game style, though,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
So
You
I
can
don't know,
Really tight platforming. Really.
but
tight
also
platforming.
it's very, and this is not. I'm kind of like playing the devil's advocate for Anthony here. I think it's a wonderful game. I think it's a beautiful game. So well done. I love it.
I don't know if it's
But
cup of tea.
it is, there's a lot of esoteric exploration to it, in the sense that the game's direction doesn't lead you to the right things, and that was done intentionally. So following the game doesn't feel as satisfying as many other games, and to actually get a satisfying result in Hollow Knight, you have to either you have to luckily stumble into stuff, or you have to be willing to put a lot of time into some very esoteric challenges that don't make a lot of sense until you have done them. And a lot of that isn't very clear either. There are some things that, like, you either are like putting 1,000 hours into it to figure this stuff out by hand,
never getting
or somebody's telling you it, or you're looking up a guide.
Yeah.
Like,
And that
like-
doesn't feel good in this game. I'll say that. If you get
Yeah.
to a point where you're looking up a guide for Hollow Knight Silksong, for any game that's kind of geared like this, it almost feels like you are copping out from the experience if you look up a guide. That's why, like, social media right now is the devil for me. because everybody is talking about this game. Everybody is showing these little hits, and I'm like, every single time I see the beginning of the video, I have to go ahead and skip it. I have to skip forward, like almost immediately, because if I don't, I'm fucked.
Spoiled.
And I'm spoiled, and I'm like, oh, I'll go back there and I'll go ahead and investigate, and that's the antithesis of what I feel that this game is trying to encourage for their players.
Yeah, I mean the game is a pseudo knowledge based adventure game, right? It's not quite at the level of something like Fez, where the entire game hinges upon some piece of knowledge being solved, or like Tunic, for example. It's not quite like that,
Tunic's
but well, kind of. But like in Tunic. Okay, I'm gonna give some pretty major spoilers for Tunic.
Okay.
Either people that are listening aren't going to play it, which is fine, or they have already played it. It's a pretty short game.
It's a fantastic game. You should really try it.
It is a wonderful game, but solving the language is the game.
Yeah.
The bosses, the mechanics, the fights, and everything else is how you interact with the world, but the actual game is the knowledge puzzle of figuring out the language, right? And then once you have solved the language, the lights come on at a certain point, and everything starts falling into place. And all of these things, the whole game and all these different pieces you've been seeing throughout the game shift in meaning a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Fez. When you start doing Fez, or the same thing with oh my gosh, how am I forgetting this game? You connect light dots. It's like got a grid. You're on an island. It's a puzzle game.
Grid.
Oh my gosh, it starts with W. Oh my god, I am just blanking.
Is it Myst?
Blanking. No, it's similar to Myst. Myst is a kind of another one, although the puzzles are more straightforward. There are some big clicks that happen, but not quite to the level of the one that I'm thinking of now, which is
a W?
Let's see. Yeah, it starts. Oh my gosh, does it start with the W? Now that I'm looking through, I might be misremembering, which would be terrible because now I'm never gonna remember it.
Dude, you've doomed us all. How dare you take it?
I know. I have absolutely doomed myself for sure. Because now I'm gonna drive myself insane. It's gonna be crazy.
Anthony, have you ever played a Metroidvania?
I don't think so.
Okay. Don't play Hollow Knight first.
So, this is the thing. I have never been too attracted to like modern platformers. I was convinced to play Ori and the Blind Forest, and it was amazing.
Okay.
I somehow ended up playing a little bit of one of Eric's favorite games. Well, actually, two of his games that he really likes, Noita and Spelunky, and like they were fun. They were totally fun, but I didn't keep playing them. I don't. There's this like thing about them that I don't have a. I don't know. I don't get drawn to keep playing them. I think Ori got me because of the dang story was insane. You know, so you couldn't stop. You couldn't put that down.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, because you're thinking it in your head. You're like, man, but Hollow Knight and Ori though, they're pretty similar.
They're pretty similar.
They're not. They're not similar. They're not similar at all in the way that Anthony is thinking about them. Because Ori, the experience is the story. It guides you along that experience. In Hollow Knight, the experience is the exploration, and the exploration leads to more interesting story. It doesn't guide you on that path of exploration. The goal is for you to explore and find the story. Similar to something like Dark Souls. I would actually say that more than Ori, Hollow Knight is more akin to Dark Souls, which initially was their plan. They actually wanted to create... Yeah, I mean, the similar thing, right? Like, the Team Cherry wanted to make a 2D from software experience.
Yeah.
That was their goal.
And
they wanted that storytelling. They wanted their... Yeah. And a lot of people love that. A lot of people love Dark Souls. But I would say people who like Dark Souls will like Hollow Knight more than people who like Ori and the Blind Forest.
Fair. I think Ori and the Blind Forest is the whimsy of that game is not the only element that's present within Hollow Knight that constitutes its like special sauce. So I understand you being like, the witness, Ash is a hero. The witness. There it is.
Yes, The Witness was the game I was trying to think of. Thank you. Yeah, The Witness has a moment in the game. The whole Witness has an experience. You're solving puzzles. The puzzles are grids. And then at some point, you figure out you were lied to the entire game because the game isn't about solving grids. It's about solving the world. And the world is not the grid. And it's totally unrelated entirely. And once you get that piece of knowledge on how to solve the world, guess what? New game. That switch... knowledge-based game at its finest. Same thing with like Tunic. Same thing with Fez. Games like that are knowledge-based adventure games. And Hollow Knight is more of a Dark Souls mixed with a knowledge-based adventure game than it is a Metroidvania. And unfortunately, as much as people call it a Metroidvania because that is how you interact with the controller, I don't think that's how the game interacts with your mind and how you play it.
It's at least a hybrid.
Agreed. It takes mechanics from it.
Yeah. But it does
I think
a lot
for
of
the
those things up to 11.
Yeah.
And then dulls other things. Like with Ori, I know that there were multiple times where I felt as if the story was sitting above my experience and like every now and then they would intertwine. I feel like that doesn't happen for me with Hollow Knight ever.
Yeah. It literally, if I were to say anything, the game is not a Metroidvania, it's not a knowledge-based game, it's not a Dark Souls game, it is an exploration game in 2D. That is its main mechanic. If you were to look at a mechanic in how you go about 100%ing or experiencing that game, it is more about exploration than anything else. Everything else is just another thing for your hands to work with on the controller or keyboard and mouse or however you play it. They're done well. They're done amazing, but at its core, exploration. Now, so far, Nat, without any spoilers.
Yeah.
And without like going into like details and like even giving some semblance, are we a thumbs up, a thumb sideways, or a thumbs down for Silksong?
Like overall?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean?
If you had to be Caesar at the Colosseum, like where's the thumb going for Silksong?
Eric, how dare you ask me this question? How dare you? You're not even going to play the game for at least 3 months, and you want me to tell you whether or not it's fantastic or not.
No. Deserves to live.
Deserves to live?
Deserves to fight another day? Or deserves to be trashed?
I don't
like we got.
What you do with the gameplay? This game could have came out and been ass. I still would have been like, yeah. I mean, like the fact that it's a successor to Hollow Knight, and it's at least doing everything that Hollow Knight did. Chances are, it's gonna be it's goated. It's still good. This game slaps. So thumbs up,
Thumbs up.
all
Thumbs
the
up.
thumbs up.
Caesar has let him live
Caesar
and be
would definitely
free.
let this bit live for sure.
Nice.
Hornet is an insanely fun character to play. Like,
Nice.
bros. There's a lot of nods to the things that would happen whenever you fought her in the first game that you are now able to do. It's just good. It's just gameplay and it's good storytelling between the two games. Like, man,
That's cool.
fantastic. Really good game.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it.
If you had a itch to play a hard game, Anthony, I would play Silksong.
Yeah.
This game is,
So
it'll test you.
what's interesting is you mentioned what is it, a exploration game basically,
Uh-huh.
right? And while y'all were talking about this game, I was thinking about how I had an opinion on certain games like God of War and games with a story. Like, just give me the story. Do some really good mechanics. Like God of War always has insanely good combat, like fighting mechanics. You feel awesome, right? And it usually has a really good story. And then they added a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't care about. And I'm like, dude, just let me get through the story. I don't need to improve my gear. I don't need to level it up. It's God gear. It should just be what it is. They added all these mechanics that were distracting, and so I didn't finish the game, even though I finished, like the PlayStation 2 era God of War games, because they're just so good. And they had puzzles, yes, but they were more like obstacles than puzzles. There's a big difference between a puzzle and an obstacle. An obstacle is where it's like, there's it's an obstacle course. Like
It's
there's
an obstacle.
stuff swinging and you're trying to get by it. Like it's like you say jumping puzzle. Jumping puzzle isn't a jumping puzzle. It is an obstacle course. But for some reason we call them jumping puzzle. They could be a puzzle, but most of them are just an obstacle. So back to the exploration thing.
Okay.
That is an interesting idea that I have not explored much of in video games. Would you say that Skyrim is an exploration game?
Yes.
Okay, so that's another
Yeah.
thing that's interesting to
Yeah,
me,
I
because
would.
with the story stuff, I thought about Skyrim too, because I really enjoyed Skyrim. I really enjoyed The Witcher 3, but I'm one of those people that was unable to complete either game. I've always wished I could.
Why
Even
haven't you
Cyberpunk.
finished?
I played a ton of Cyberpunk.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I haven't finished Cyberpunk. I don't complete these games, and I don't know why. I would like to, but just never end up doing it. I don't know if it's because they're too long, because they're not streamlined enough, because the exploration is so vast that other things happen in the gaming world or my real world, and I get distracted. I don't know, but there is a game that is exploration focused, really, that I have been playing, and is really good once you get past the intro.
Oh,
That's No Man's
here we
Sky.
go. What?
No Man's Sky.
No Man's
Oh, yeah.
Sky.
I was suffering through No Man's Sky with Eric,
Suffering through.
because the beginning
Hey,
sucks.
it was
so
rough.
many games.
It was rough. Question. Did you restart without the tutorial?
I have not tried to do that. No, I would recommend it though. If you're ever played a video game in your life,
Oh.
the tutorial is just so long. It's so long, and you're playing a game that has literally, seemingly, not mastered, but done an insanely good job at making you want to explore. And then you have a tutorial that doesn't let you explore. And you're like, I want to go do this thing. It's like, no, go do that. And you're like, what? And then
It's like
once you're
Legend of-
free,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's just like, it's so cool. Like, dude, Eric, I don't know if I told you about this, but I think this will get you excited. There are underwater bases. There are literal
Yep.
planets that are oceans. And for you to get to where you might want to put your base, you need a submarine.
Oh, that's cool.
You have to summon your submarine or something. I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. But this guy was telling me that like he has to use a submarine to get to his base. I'm like, how do you
That's
get your
cool.
submarine there? Like, I know you
Yeah.
can summon
No.
vehicles, so maybe that's how. But he said it's creepy, it's ominous, and like we want to do that. It's really cool. There's this planet that Ash, I can't remember what you named the planet. Oh, ban them. Wow, ban everybody. Jesus Christ, no one's paying attention.
Nobody, I was not looking. I feel bad.
There's
I
three
banned
in a row.
everybody.
Bam, bam, bam.
Oh, when you ban somebody, it doesn't like do it across all chats.
yeah,
Oh,
it doesn't.
I see. I banned all of
I
them
don't know
on
if
mine.
it. I do wonder if
There
it
it goes.
bans it for everybody for each chat.
It's doing it
Anyways,
now. Yeah.
so what were we talking? No Man's Sky, going into the water.
Yeah.
Ash made a base on what she called like the Hell Planet. I can't remember the name of her base. But the cool thing is the reason she went there is because it has fossils. And there's a freaking fossil like game loop of sorts where you find fossils and you can put them on display, do whatever you want with them, stuff like that. Now, I don't know if we talked about No Man's Sky before on this podcast,
Not
but
really.
I'll mention the reason I got back into it, because I've tried it before, never took off for me. I don't think I ever got through the tutorial, honestly. And the reason I suffered through the tutorial this time is they finally introduced walking around in your own ship while that ship is traveling through space,
Mm-hmm. I've seen
which
this.
is huge to me because there's such a big disconnection when you're playing this really cool game and you're flying a ship and you teleport in and out of it and there's no interior.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I mean, what is this?
You
I
want
don't
there to
quite
be
get it.
some immersion for it.
Yeah, it's a tactileness. It's like a board game that has good tactile feedback with the things that you're touching. Like it feels really weird when you get teleported like that. But they've added it, and not only have they added it, you get to create those ships yourself in any way you can imagine. It can be a total, poop box. Sorry, I don't know why I'm
Poop box?
Shit box. It's shit box. Sorry, I warned you guys.
Oh my
You should have known.
God.
Parents, you should have known that it was coming. Yeah, like you can make the worst ship in the world, but it's your home, and that's cool. Or you can look really cool. But yeah, you can make really big ships. I guess they're technically Corvette classes. There's bigger ships in the game than these ships, but I think those have interiors. I could be
That
wrong.
doesn't make any sense.
I'm pretty sure they don't. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would ever revisit those games in an exploration mindset and be like, oh, I just want to explore.
Yeah,
Or not.
that makes sense. I like.
Why can't I hear
What?
you guys?
I don't know.
Can you
Oh,
hear
no.
me? Can you hear us?
I can
now?
hear
Wow.
you.
I'm sorry if I've been talking over y'all for a while, but somehow my scene changed, no BS. So
No,
I,
you haven't
Um,
been talking over us.
you
You're right.
haven't.
I
We've
thought
been
I was
listening.
filling the space.
No, we've
You
been-
were doing
we
great.
can
We
hear
were
you.
in
Right.
for it.
Yeah.
The yeah, it's interesting. Like that the exploration might be the line that crosses for all of these games. I wonder if it's like choice overload. What do they call that?
Decision fatigue.
Choice,
Yeah,
decision fatigue
like
or
decision
Decision
fatigue?
paralysis, choice
Yes.
paralysis, analysis paralysis.
analysis.
Yeah,
paralysis.
I wonder if it's that sort of thing. Like, do
That
you
does
find
happen in
yourself?
those games too. There's too many options. I don't know what to
Yeah.
do. So I don't do anything.
Yeah,
That's why I'm like, oh, in some of these games, I would rather you streamlined it, rather like put it on rails. Put it on rails.
Just put it on rails. I don't care.
Like,
Just put it
If
on
it's not a
rails.
sandbox, put it on rails. Is how I feel. Like, if these are the
Yeah.
sandbox, Star Citizen is a sandbox, and they have things to do, and you can also just do whatever you want. And I like those games. I will play those games all the time, nonstop. But when you have a game like Skyrim or Cyberpunk, and there is a story, but at the same time, you can't just go do the story nonstop. They're going to stop you, and now suddenly you have to engage in there's somewhat of a sandbox that's not a sandbox, and it's just weird. It kind of it derails you. That's literally what they're doing. Instead of being on rails, you're derailed.
yeah.
I agree that there are some games that need to be on rails, but I honestly, man, The games that need to be on rails are honestly the games that I don't even feel like I'm on the train, if that makes any sense. Like, I know God of War is on rails for a large part of it, but it never feels as if I'm going from point A to point B and it's forcing me to do so. Like, I want to go ahead and drive the bus forward, if that makes any sense.
I think that's the trick to good single player games, though, is the illusion that you're not on rails
Yeah.
almost directly correlates with how immersed you are in that experience and how enjoyable that experience is probably going to be. Right? You don't want to feel like you have no choice. I think one of the coolest things about gaming in general is that it gives you agency. Right? That's something that books can't give. That's something that art in general, like static art, can't give. It's something that people oftentimes don't get in their work. They don't get it in their daily lives a lot of time, right? They don't get to make all the choices they may or may not want to make. Gaming is so big in our culture nowadays, I think, at least in part because of the agency it gives. So the best single player stories are going to be the ones that feel like they have the most agency, even if they actually don't have that much agency.
That might be
The
one of the
illusion
tricks
of
for me
choice.
is that I am not at all tricked that I have agency. The only game that I think about when you say that might actually do it is Tony's favorite game. The world's
Tony.
favorite game, really.
The world's... Oh, wow.
But Tony was just playing it. It is
Baldur's Gate.
literally Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's
yes.
Gate 3?
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, like that game, like it is such. I mean, and there's similar games that are smaller, like Doki Doki, where
Doki Doki?
yeah, where your decisions, the things that you say to people, the choices you make actually impact the ending, right? And impact what happens throughout the story. And in most games, yeah, there's the illusion of agency, but in the end, everyone experiences the exact same thing. So I know it's probably a good illusion for most people, but when you've played enough games,
Yeah,
I
like
see
I
through
don't
it.
think that you're getting like tricked into it. You know, I don't think that's the correct way of thinking about it. But it's just about creating as little friction behind being able to empathize with your character and feel like you're doing that thing. Like if this, for example, if a story sets you up to do something, whether or not you would make that choice or not, when the story gets there and you do it, you want that event to feel, at least in part, that your actions in what you want to do kind of align with your character. And a lot of people dislike games where you get to a point in the story and the character does something that you simply do not agree with based on how the story is set it up. Right? Like that's a big contention point in a lot of games. A lot of games, if the character makes a choice and you did not get to choose whether or not that happened explicitly, if you do not agree with said choice because of the story up to that point
a
and
betrayal.
feel satisfied by it,
Yeah.
those games have terrible ratings oftentimes, or they're very divisive. A great example being The Last of Us and The Last of Us Part 2.
Whew, yeah.
They're considered amazing, great games, but there are some decisions that your character makes that you either vehemently agree with at that point in the story or vehemently disagree with at that point in the story.
I'm sorry. Whoa.
Dude.
I don't
Yeah.
know where that came up from. I don't know where that came from.
And so
Have y'all seen Alien Romulus?
Yeah,
I have not.
I have. It's
Sorry,
fantastic.
but it's just absolutely hilarious that the actress plays a pregnant girl in both Alien Romulus and The Last of Us. And she's in danger and gets hurt.
Oh,
You know who I'm talking about? You remember
Yeah.
that? The girl that injects herself?
Yeah. Is she in The Last
She's
of Us,
the Last
show?
of Us girl. She's the best friend.
She's the
She
best
plays
friend?
the exact same role.
Oh,
She
shit.
plays a pregnant girl that gets hurt and is the damsel in distress who's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
got a dude that wants to save her.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't know that was the same girl.
I just think it's hilarious.
Wow.
It is totally okay and very normal for there to be an action hero that constantly gets action hero roles, but she's now the girl that gets I'm pregnant and dying role.
And about to die. I need to be
What is
saved.
that? What kind of role is what
It's
kind
called the
of
damsel role, dude.
she's got
It's
the
called the
damsel role,
fertile
but
damsel.
specifically the pregnant damsel role.
Yeah, the fertile damsel.
Sorry to interrupt you, Eric.
Oh my god.
No. I like, but yeah, that's where I am with it. I think there's some correlation there to agency levels and that being a thing. But it is extremely interesting to me that like exploration, something about it might be.
Dude, the thing is, I love the idea of exploration. I don't think Star Citizen is going to implement this necessarily, or if they do, it'll be in like 20 years. But they make ships that are supposed to be for exploration, which would theoretically require like what is it called? What that Minecraft does and No Man's Sky does? A game that generates things as people go farther out
No
into space.
procedural generation.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it
procedural
would require
generation.
some form of procedural generation, but they don't. They're doing things weird. Let's not get into the Star Citizen details. But the idea of having like an exploration ship in that game, going to somewhere that no one has ever been, mapping it out, selling that map data to other people that want to go and like mine the
specific
planet
stuff, yeah.
or build a home at the planet, or whatever reason they have for wanting your data. Like, I think that's really cool, but that might be inherently a different type of exploration than what these games are offering. Like, it's explore our world that we created that everyone knows about versus what I'm thinking, I guess, is like explore things that no one has ever seen.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a difference there.
I love those styles of games, honestly. I wish there was actually. I say that I love it. I have yet to play a game that has truly like given me the whole like, here's the world. It's massive. Go and have fun. Like, just go and find stuff.
I think
Grounded
it's
too,
just
for sure.
very difficult.
I know
Yeah,
it's gotta be. It's gotta be
It's
difficult.
it's difficult right now to procedurally generate or create lots of content while keeping individual pieces of that content very, very interesting.
Yeah.
So, without getting into details, the way Star Citizen is trying to solve it is they are creating the most advanced, quick tools for their people to create these things. So, like, where they generate a map, or sorry, you generate a planet. Someone goes in there with the editor for editing the planet, and they can very quickly fine tune it and fix the bad stuff procedural does. And then they do the same thing for generating towns. Automatically generate towns. Okay, someone goes and looks at this. How does this feel? How does this look? Wait, why did it do that? Delete that town or something like that. So they're trying to empower their devs to more quickly expand their universe.
Yeah.
Because,
That's what you got to do.
So many people agree that like you need the very human element because procedural generation is a human writing code to repeat itself, and you can't write code
At the
to
end of
be
the
organic.
day, yeah, exactly. This is why some of the best games end up being moddable games. Like, I think, for example, Cyberpunk's a great game, but at the end of the day, what makes Cyberpunk special is the fact that thousands and thousands of people are creating new experiences in Cyberpunk or new experiences in The Witcher 3 or new experiences in Skyrim. Like, Skyrim has more 80-hour campaigns in mods than you could count.
Incredible.
And some of them
Truly
are super interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just one of those things where people have like, I think the game like Star Citizen, a game like Star Citizen, having a way to outsource or quote unquote open source their ability to create planets, create areas, that type of thing would be game changing. Obviously, that's like near impossible, right? It's very,
Oh,
very
yeah,
difficult to do that.
the thing that
But
so you just remind me of the big difference. I mean, single player games are easy, and
Yeah.
modding single player games is easy.
yeah,
Making a multiplayer game that people can mod is extremely hard because
yeah, it's
Everybody has
a
to have
nightmare.
assets.
it's well no, it's the cruise ship thing.
Yeah,
If you're going to mod the game, then someone has to be able to host your game, and they also
Yeah.
have to be able to manage all the stuff. Like,
it has to do a
when you
server
play-
based thing. You can't mod a global server.
yeah, an MMO is literally a cruise ship. It requires so many people behind the scenes that nobody knows about. A single player game is like a frickin' bike or a hot rod or any little thing that you can do by yourself in your garage. But you can't have a cruise ship in your garage.
Why can't I? Why can't I?
I mean, I don't even know if a freaking billionaire can have a cruise ship.
Don't tell me what I can and
Don't tell
cannot
me
do.
what I can and cannot do, you
Okay, but
bastard.
wait. Y'all brought up some interesting game psychology stuff, and it reminded me of this question I have. When y'all play video games, are you the character? Is the character just a character on the screen? Do they even exist at all in your mind when you're playing a game? Or is there some hidden option that I haven't listed? Yes.
I might
yes.
have-
Wait. So say this.
No,
say
he
this
said
one
me.
more time.
He said me. Go ahead.
He said me. The three ideas that I presented that aren't fully figured out because I just was thinking about it off the cuff. When you start a video game and you're creating a character, right? You got to create a character to start the game. Sometimes you don't even have to create a character. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Are you a character? Or is the character just the character? You know, if you're playing, what is it, God of War, are you them or are they them? You know, and it might be different for different types of games because a game like God of War, it's a story, the thing, right? Does the character even exist for you when you're playing the game? Or are they basically invisible? You know, is it like you're riding a bike and you forget about the bike? You are just experiencing bike riding. You know, you don't even think about the bike. The character's the bike, for instance. Or is there some option that I haven't thought about? I'll chew on it a little bit. I'll just share that, like, I had thought about this not too long ago because I had no idea how different people think about this stuff. Because so many people will, with the character creator, make literally themselves in the game. They will design it to look like them as much as they can. And that's probably most people. That's probably why character creators are so advanced now and people get so upset when it's not inclusive, and that makes sense. Me personally, for the longest time, I'm just like, I gotta look at this. You know, I look at myself all the time. I don't really care to look at myself again, and I don't care to look at my theoretical butt in this game because, like, I see my butt, and even if I did, I wouldn't care. So I make a female character because I'm attracted to that, and I get to look at a female booty. That's just what I like to do, you know? And it wasn't until very recently that I actually created like a me character in Star Citizen simply because I've been playing with people like Hippo and the memers and other creators. And I'm like, you know, this is like a family friendly channel. Maybe it would be weird if I'm a girl. I don't know. So, like,
I think that you've omitted another game that you made yourself in.
What game did I make myself in?
Starts with a D.
Diablo?
No.
Dance Dance Revolution?
Dude.
Dude, where's my car? I didn't play that.
Dune Awakening.
Dune. Dune. Oh, I did that because I was playing with the memers.
Ah.
Yeah, because
No.
so and they're doing like role play and stuff like that, right? And you know, I know you can try to role play a female as a dude. That's totally fine. It would hurt my voice probably,
Yeah.
and it might not be too like family fun friendly like those people generally are that I play with. So that's why I did that.
Okay.
Do I like it?
Eric-
No, I would rather look at a girl. I always like to make a girl with blue hair.
Solid.
Jinx.
Go ahead, Eric. You
Yeah,
want to
it's-
make a Jinx. Okay. That's scary. That's a
Well,
little
no, I mean,
dangerous.
I did that way beforehand, but Jinx has the
Uh-huh.
coolest blue hair, so I wish they would all have cool hair like her.
The,
Okay.
yeah, it's interesting. I think it for me it very much depends on the game. I think if it's a single player experience type of thing, then yeah, I really
And
want
obviously,
it.
like first person, they just don't exist, right?
Yeah.
Or anybody
Yeah,
first person,
yeah.
they don't exist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of are.
I know a guy
What do they
that
call that? The
hates first person games. He only plays third person games. And I think it's
Interesting.
related to this question.
yeah, because it forces him to embody like
Actually, sorry, he's backwards.
he
No,
is
he's
the
backwards.
character.
He's
can
backwards.
only
He
play
only
first
plays
he only likes
first-person games.
first person games,
Doesn't
He
love
can't play
anything where you
third-person
can see the
games.
character.
because it immediately makes it so that it's his point of view.
Probably eliminates his immersion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that makes sense. I think for me, it really, I'm a little bit more separated from it. I don't know. I don't know that I need. I just want the individual pieces to be immersive and good. I don't know that I truly embody the character. However, I do notice that I tend to make choices in games the first time I play them as I would make them.
Yep.
And then later ones I go crazy. But
So
usually
you're
when I'm
playing the
playing
game-
blind.
And the character doesn't matter.
As long as the game does a good job of, like, for example, if I'm playing something like Last of Us or I'm playing something like Until Dawn, right? I want them to make me empathize with the character that I'm playing at any given moment.
So
right?
those are more story driven, right? You're playing an
Yeah.
actual hero
Character.
that matters in the
Yeah.
universe.
And oftentimes I'll play them as if I were playing that character. Like as if I was acting as that character. Like if that character is an
Take on the role.
evil. Yeah, exactly. I'll try to, like, in my head I'll be like, but what would this character do in this instance? Right? I wouldn't be like, "Oh, I would do this." But this character obviously wouldn't.
You know, I think that might be unique, and I bet that could limit so many games. I bet so many people actually choose what they want, not what the
Oh
character
yeah,
would want.
100%.
So making a game where you play the villain, do games like that even
Well-
exist in high quality? Probably not.
So I didn't even think about this as a thing, by the way, until I Scary Game Squad played through Until Dawn the first time. And the Until Dawn developers actually talked about this later on, about how they designed their game such that making the character's right choice, not your right choice, was often the way to save them. So the better you understood the psyche of the character,
The better.
the
you-
better that
Oh.
character would do in the story.
Yeah.
And that didn't always mean that it was the objectively right, or like trying to min-max based on like meta information oftentimes wouldn't help you, because the actual best outcome was how well you understood the character they were writing. And so if you understood what that character would do in that circumstance to make the best story based on that character, you would get the answer that you want. But if
Now-
you tried to make what you thought or what you would do or what the meta would do, you oftentimes would get shafted.
Now, I think I speak for everyone when I say I really want to hear what the man who was supposed to go first wanted to say, but ended up going last.
Yeah,
I was patient.
you really turned that around on
Line,
us.
and he didn't slap anybody.
I
That's
raised
some
my
serious
hand.
self-control.
I didn't say anything. I was just like, let him go. Let him speak. It's okay. He's
Kids,
talking
let
his
him go.
truth.
Kids admire him, not us.
The-
He's the role model, not us.
We need more Nats. Less Anthony's
More
and
Nats.
Eric's. No, we need
The-
more of everybody. Oh man, it's actually like the more I listen to Eric, the more my response became nuanced. On the one hand, there are certain games, yes, that I feel as if I am playing myself. Like if I'm playing Warcraft, I'm not playing a
Mhm.
cow person in this fantasy world.
Right. Yeah.
I am that character, right?
hmm
I
But
think
you do
that
like to make them look
That's
cool separately,
that's
right?
interesting.
That's like a separate thing, though, right?
no, that's the same thing. I want
It's
to
the
look
same thing.
cool. I am that person, therefore I want to look cool.
That's
And that's the
You are
interesting.
reason
that
that's the
person, but it's you. So you're not a cow, but you are visually.
yes.
You're still human.
Still a human on the inside.
Don't
But
feel like you're a
in terms
cow,
of
but you
in terms
still
of
think
aesthetic,
that you
for
look
the
awesome.
aesthetic of what I want within this world, the closest that the thing that I want to personify the most within this like world and these stories that are in this world, I feel I gravitate most towards that character.
What I'm hearing is that you're actually a druid.
No, no, God no,
A druid that can turn into
no.
a Highland. Just kidding.
No,
Sorry.
because druids don't get to wear their armor when they transform, so it's automatically stupid.
That is the worst. That is that is truly the
so
worst
fucking dumb. Like
decision.
anybody who says that they made druid, I'm like, then why do you play the game?
Yeah.
Don't look cool. You just don't look cool.
Why? Why? Anyway,
Okay, so go ahead.
all this to say, for games like WoW, where like a lot of it is based around like the idea of you're almost entering as this like blank slate character, and you really are asked to go ahead and imprint yourself upon whatever it is that you create. In those cases, I see myself in the character. However, if I were to play a game like God of War, I am not Kratos. I am Kratos' skill level. And that's why it's so hard for me to play games like that and not slip into a vicious cycle of wanting perfection.
You're not
Be-
Kratos. You're Kratos' skill level.
I am Kratos' skill level in this story. And in my head, if I do badly, it reflects badly on the story of Kratos.
The
Oh, interesting.
So when it comes to the character, like I fully respect the representation of whoever it is that is written into the world. If they give me decisions for me to make, I will try to make the one that both I would gravitate towards, but also wouldn't deviate too far from the mythos of what I hold the character to be in that story. So if Kratos was allowed to like save a puppy or no, not a puppy. Let's go with something that would be more realistic. He would actually save the puppy. Let's be real. He wouldn't be happy about it, but he would. Shut up. Everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Okay. I don't know. Like let's say that it's a showdown between Kratos and Ares uses another god as leverage. I know I'm killing both God and Ares, because if I am Kratos, one, fuck that guy, and if I am me, I know that I've gone through all these trials. I know what his story is. Fuck the gods. They all die, right? So that's why it's nuanced for me. So I would say that
I think that's very nuanced. That's really cool.
I would say that for me, every single game I approach it differently. With Hollow Knight, which is weird, I saw myself again as the skill level, but I'm finding as I play more of Silksong, I'm like, oh, this is me. Like there's so many tools, there's so many ways to personalize how you approach the situation. I'm like, oh, I'm playing badly.
See, I try to for Hollow Knight and other games like that where the character is very like obtuse. I find that I imprint what my understanding and thinking, like I design like subconsciously a character that is Hollow Knight and what their goal would be. Right? Same thing, I am sure, when I play Silksong. I have some understanding of what I think her character is doing and expecting and wanting. and I will try to attain those goals and empathize with that point of view.
Got it. So, yeah, I would say that in the grand scheme of things, I am a reader and a watcher more than I am a personification of the character. And my only input on certain stories is to ensure that the story continues based on the character's ability.
Like, I would say it's very rare that I use personification, and it's much more likely that even in the cases, so for example, World of Warcraft is a good one. The character is just whatever you want it to be. So like, I didn't have the character be me. I had a character that I personified as like my WoW character.
Mm-hmm.
And they had some similarities to like my thought processes, but like there was a character there with a story. You never got to really make choices in World of Warcraft from a story perspective, but like I thought about the story from their eyes as the hero, but not one of the big heroes.
Yeah,
So
a source of good, just not the only source of good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Ash says, for story games, I am the character, but the character is not me. I'm just a little brain worm along for the ride.
But see, here's where well, no. Here's where I think the clarification is needed, because I think I do that too, Ash, where like the character is the character. However, a lot of games choose a anime style character where the main character doesn't speak a lot, doesn't have a lot of outward emotion. It is designed with the intent of you assuming your own personification into them. So even if you are along for the ride, for many video game characters, I feel like you have to imprint some idea or create some idea of what that character is if you are an along the ride person. Because I think that's where my nuance is. I find myself doing that. Like for the Hollow Knight, you don't really get to understand.
No.
Well, you don't actually know.
He's a void.
Yeah. But you don't actually know what he wants. So if you want to personify the character,
you kind of do by the end, right?
Well, yes, but you have to imprint some idea of what you think the character is, but that might not be what the character actually was from the person who made the character, if that makes sense. It's like saying, like Team Cherry, some story designer went in and probably wrote hundreds of pages about what the Hollow Knight was thinking. They probably wrote short stories of the Hollow Knight going through and doing some of these things, right? They have an idea of what the Hollow Knight is thinking and what his purpose is and how he feels about things. But we do not often get that in the game. So we have to make assumptions about what we think he's thinking.
Gotcha.
It is thinking. But I find that you have to do that in a lot of games.
Yeah.
And filling those voids, sometimes it's me, and other times I'm like, no, I think I would design the character like that. Like I try to design a character and empathize with that point of view as I'm playing it.
Eric puts
I
himself
usually
inside
don't
the
give
game.
I just don't care. Yeah, it's like I'm just. So when you were talking about like I am the level, you made me think about perhaps the games that you feel that way have really, really good mechanics, and the way that it's like riding this bike is a really challenging and difficult bike to ride, and I'm all about riding that bike.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting way to look at what you were saying there.
Like Hollow Knight, Prince of Persia. What else has a stupid heist?
My favorite one, Sekiro.
If I ever play it again. God, that's getting an anime, and it looks fucking insane.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know the studio behind it. I don't think it's Trigger. Who is it?
Who's doing Sekiro?
Yeah.
While y'all try to figure out, this also reminds me of Sea of Thieves' greatest mistake. It is a cosmetic only game that is not third person.
Yeah.
Why would I want to decorate my pirate if the only time I see it is if I emote? And if I never emote, like, what? It doesn't make sense. Why would you do that?
It's fully hand drawn.
Yeah, it's done by
Really?
Qzil and Arch.
Yeah.
You know what
I've
else
never
is
heard of
drawn?
Qzil.
Actually, I don't know if it's drawn, but there's this movie called K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh man, Eric.
It's on the list. It's on the list.
It's on the list.
Already
You
seen it
finished
twice.
an entire series of fucking
Yes.
movies.
Hey, you'd already watched.
What are you talking about? What do you
Yes.
mean?
What is it?
You're not.
You
You're
don't
not
care.
wrong.
Just
It's
see
a-
it.
You're not wrong.
There's no
Look,
list.
look,
The
look.
list
There
is
is
a
no
lie.
list.
No,
What
no,
do you
no,
want?
no, no. We are definitely going to watch it.
The list is a
Are
lie.
we?
Yes, 100%.
Are you sure?
I
I'm
don't actually
clipping my mic
know.
at this point in time. I don't give a fuck.
I don't actually know
that's
any
about-
of the things that Qzil did. That's interesting.
I don't
the
know
doubt.
anything what he's saying. Don't distract me, Eric.
who was the
weeks.
who was the other
had
company?
weeks.
Who was the other company who was working on it?
ARCH. You've had weeks, Eric.
Yes. Now go back.
We've already watched it twice, by the way.
My wife has seen it twice. She didn't like the movie the first time, and then she came back. Eric, she has had
like it now?
months.
Does she like it now?
She likes it. Yeah.
Oh, yes, Mel. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like, how could anybody not like
Yeah,
it?
exactly. No,
was
she
so-
she didn't like it because like the initial start of the movie was too it's too.
Was it the animation or was it the...
No, it was the story. Like she was like, I don't know if I can go ahead and like these characters because of the way that it's being portrayed. It's very childlike at the very beginning, and then like as the story goes on, you're like, oh, this isn't your run of the mill like Frozen or something. Like it's not Moana. It's not trying to go ahead and tell a story about that like every child can digest. Like there's nuance.
Does she
to
watch
it.
anime?
No, not really.
That's why. I think that's
Bro.
why. Because when they were doing those
Bro.
things, to me, it was just like any anime character.
I don't have
Just
anybody
like,
to go see this goddamn Demon
Demon
Slayer
Slayer?
movie with.
Oh,
It's,
man.
Echo.
it's peak. It's truly terrible.
Mm,
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Have
I
you
heard
you
some great
you
things.
read the
I'm
manga,
just
right?
waiting.
Eric? You haven't seen K-pop Demon Hunters, okay? And yes, I've read the manga.
Okay.
I don't want to
okay,
hear
just
anything
make
from
sure.
you for the rest of the podcast.
I can't remember if I told you guys. I went to an event in my little town, okay? And I was wearing a K-pop Demon Hunters t-shirt and a hat that my wife bought me. And while I was walking around, 3 people complimented me on them. And
Yeah.
guess what? They were all dudes,
Yeah, dude.
okay? And this show definitely is made for women, geared towards
It's
women, but it
really
is so
not, dude.
amazing.
It's
totally
really
is.
not.
Totally.
Jinu's story is a very masculine story. What are you talking about, dude?
Jinu's story is a Backstreet Boy gone bad story. What do you mean?
No, it's not, dude. He had a family. Oh, we can't even talk about this right now, Eric, Anthony.
We shouldn't. We're
because
gonna spoil
Eric's
it
in the
so
corner,
fast.
facing the corner
We
with
need
a
to move
freaking
on.
dunce cap on his head.
I'm sorry, but we're gonna move
Fair.
on to something that Nat hasn't watched and he needs to watch, and that is Ish's 1,000 player rich versus poor.
Oh, I haven't.
Demolition.
God damn it.
It is very good.
And Nat,
Very good.
I kid you not, this is one of the best things I've ever seen, and now I know why, because I've even watched some of his How I Created It. This man is going to be making movies if he's not already making movies. Like, he is really good at what he's doing, and
Okay.
it is insane. It's a
You
movie,
just have to
dude,
watch it. I get it. I
but
get
it's a
it.
It's
real
good.
life.
It's good.
It's so
Do I
good.
need to sit down and watch this, or is this like
You can watch
I-
chapters. You could totally watch it like days at a time.
Okay.
You
chapters
could.
It does,
You could.
That's what I did. That's what I did, and it was
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, you could.
How many parts?
You will.
Is it?
There's a good chance that
It's
you'll want
10
it's one
days?
video.
10.
9 days?
It's one
9 or
video,
10 days?
2 hours.
One video, 2 hours.
But that makes every
It's a
day like
movie. Every day
10
is 10
minutes.
minutes.
Movie.
You can watch it like 10 minutes at a time.
Okay. I have
It's-
to go. I have to
dude,
cook.
I'm
I have to cook
telling you.
dinner anyway, so I'll go ahead and do that while I'm cooking dinner today.
It
is-
feels like a season of like
Yeah,
a
it's
really
almost
good
like a
drama
show.
TV show.
Yeah. You could literally stop every day. I'm not lying. You can stop
Yeah, yeah,
whenever it
yeah.
goes to
I
the chapter.
agree.
When he's like, on day 2, like he'll say day 2, go pause. Hit the pause button right when he says day 2 or right when he says day 3 if you're not right there at the button.
Yep.
Okay.
It's so satisfying,
It's
and we
very
need you to
good.
watch it because we have things to talk about. We
Yeah.
have ideas, we have plans, but we can't share them with you
If you don't digest
because it'd be kind of like a
the
spoiler in a weird
content,
way.
I hear you. I
Yeah,
hear you.
that's
I
fair.
hear you. Okay, I
But I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't wanna mess with your imagination.
Now,
Um,
Anthony, I do need you to say something though,
yeah.
because we need to know how you feel about this whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
shit! There it
Mm-hmm.
is. There it is.
Well, I did just take the last sip. And I was actually about to say this whiskey is very surprising. It's so surprising that I'm suspicious. I feel like it's lying to me.
Why?
But maybe it's not. It smells too good. It smells so sweet. It almost smells like milk after your French toast cereal has like had its flavor seep into the milk or something like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's a insanely sweet smell. The taste is very complex. It does start off very sweet. There's a good bit of maltiness in there. Very reminiscent of malt balls, those chocolate malt ball things.
Multi balls.
There's some smokiness, a hint of smokiness, and then there's even tobacco flavor, which when you taste the tobacco flavor, it's like they couldn't lie about that, could they?
Could they?
Like I'm just imagining like this is a whiskey that has like a stick of cinnamon shoved into the bottle to infuse it, because I'm like, why is it good? You know, like, but maybe it is just authentic and good, and I'm just a skeptic right now for some reason. You know,
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe it's because I've been watching the new King of the Hill, and they have that last episode I watched. They were very what's the word? Conspiratorial. You know, tinfoil hat episode of hilarity. If you haven't watched King of the Hill, it's actually pretty funny and modern and pretty well written. It's funny. Yeah, Bobby. Anyways,
Bobby.
I do
God
like
damn
this
it, Bobby.
whiskey. I think it is possibly better than the single malt from Bullet, but I'm not really sure. It's not. I'm conflicted.
Ooh, better than the bullet.
Hmm.
Better than the bullet. You mean the thing that you keep on the shelves there, bud?
No, this is the single malt Bullet that I use to compare things against.
Oh. Better than the single
It's-
malt bullet then. Okay. Makes sense.
It's hard to say. So the single malt Bullet is more of a whiskey, right? It's got a sharper, stronger, harsher flavor to it. Right? And some people might not like that, but some people would hate what we're drinking right now, which I forgot the name of it. Because it's
The
too sweet.
Westland Distillery Flagship American single
Westland,
malt whiskey.
I actually think it is really good. If it was only those sweet flavors with no tobacco-iness, no heat, no nothing at the end, I would change my mind. But yeah, this is actually like... This is at least a 6 out of 10.
Wow. Okay.
A 6 out of 10.
It could be higher. I'm telling you, I mean, it's pretty insanely good. I mean, I guess y'all gonna say what I'm gonna say.
A daily drinker.
Yeah. I would not daily drink it, but that's because it's a bit too sweet.
Oh.
I see.
So, like, I think it's really good and gets a higher rating because there's a lot of complexity to it. The smell is really good and deep and makes me think about what does that smell like. The taste
does
has
that smell
several
like?
layers. One thing I didn't notice, this could just be me, is the viscosity. Like, I didn't really notice any sort of mouthfeel. So
Yeah.
I guess that could deduct points, but I'll leave it at a 6. But yeah, there's several flavors. You know,
Yep.
like the everlasting gobstopper type of thing, and I think that's worth praise. Unless they're lying to me.
No?
Yeah, 6 out of 10. I'd pay like $50 for a bottle. I wouldn't drink it daily personally, just because it's a bit on the sweet side. But on occasion, I would have it.
Bit of a sweet baby.
I would like to have it in my bar.
Okay.
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 Which
So-
I will say, perhaps
How much did you say? How much would you buy it for?
pay $50 for it.
Okay.
So I do have to harp on this for a second though, because I just thought you always ask us if it's a daily drinker, which makes it sound like we're all alcoholics.
Bro.
We're drinking it daily. What if there's a fun way of saying like, would you stock this on your shelves? You know, like,
Would you buy this today?
Would you
does this earn
put
a
this
spot
in
your
an
cabinet?
IV and
No, Eric.
inject it straight into
It's too
your
much.
jugular?
It's too much, Eric. You've gone too far. You've gone too far. You've fallen too far down the hole.
Would you snort this whiskey?
Sir,
Oh my god.
I didn't know I was hanging out with the druggies.
Yeah, I guess daily drinker is just what they've always called it. So,
Who was
like
they,
something that you could like drink every day. If you wanted a whiskey, you could always pick this up and drink it.
Or if you had to.
But that doesn't mean that you do drink it every day, just that you every time you pick up a whiskey,
But
you
why
would
isn't
be
it like
okay with having this.
Why is it
Yeah.
like a weekly drinker?
Because it has to imply that like you wouldn't mind. Let's say somebody stuck you on an island and it was like, hey, you got to drink a whiskey every day. What whiskey could you do?
If you're on an
You know what
island,
you
you're
could
drinking
do?
it.
You know what you could do? You know what you could do? You could say, is it coming with you to the party? Is it coming with you to the party or not? Because if
Yeah,
it's not
but see,
coming-
that doesn't. I don't know because there are
I wouldn't take a Bardstown to a party.
But here's the thing: I wouldn't take 99% of really good whiskeys to a party.
Exactly. So is it a
But-
good whiskey?
But this isn't meant to find like the top 1%.
you're right.
This is
Dude,
daily.
okay, but
the
what-
daily drinker is meant to find the things that you would recommend people to go out and like, hey, if you like this whiskey, this is something you could repeat buy and it's good, right?
Right.
But like to me, to that would be like if I owned a bar, would I stock it? Would I stock it at my bar for people to try at my bar? Whether that's at home or at a business, doesn't matter. I think that is what you're saying right there. I think Daily
But there
Drinker
are a
says,
bunch of
"I'm an alcoholic."
whiskeys. Yeah, but there are a bunch of whiskeys you could like you wouldn't stock that you would be more than happy having every time you pick up a whiskey, right? Like I think there is a different level of like whether or not you would stock something or not.
Wait a second. I'm sorry. I cannot comprehend the idea that a daily drinker is something that you wouldn't buy to have at your house or at your bar.
There's a lot of choices.
There's a lot of choices.
There are a lot of choices.
There's
There
too
are
many-
more.
there's
There are too many
we have.
whiskeys
Yeah.
that you could feasibly own and keep stocked, right?
What are you gonna do? Drink 500 shots of whiskey because you found 500 daily
Yeah.
drinkers?
The whole goal, and I'm not saying it's the right term, I'm just saying the whole goal of this is
Circle
that
standard.
you could. For me, it's a 5 out of 10. A daily drinker is a 5 out of 10. I could drink it for all of my drinks, or I could drink it. You know, it doesn't mean I'm going to stock it because there are a lot of 8 and 9 out of 10s.
I feel like
right.
it's like
I'm going to
it's
stock the 9 out of 10s.
I think it's like almost like a non-statement because by saying it's a daily drinker, I get where Anthony is going with it. I don't agree with it because it just flies in the face of what is supposed to be a simple term applying to a category of
No. Okay.
drinks.
Wait. Slow down.
Yeah.
I asked this question and I bring up this on occasion because I have always been confused. The reason I asked the question was to get some clarity, and I must say I am now more confused than ever.
No, there's actually alcoholics out there, Anthony. The answer is that daily drinker came from people who would drink whiskey every single day.
Let me put it this way.
She likes the headcanon that we are all just doing a shot of our daily drinkers every single day.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, that's the brainchild behind that's.
But
like,
here's the thing, Anthony. For me, if I were to apply your logic, I would only have one daily drinker, and it would be the Redbreast 12. And there would be no other daily drinkers. But there are plenty of other whiskeys that match the Redbreast 12 that I would gladly drink on a regular basis and keep stocked.
Whiskeys, man. It's not like you're putting a ring on her and asking her to share a mortgage. Okay.
Yeah, no, exactly. And what I'm getting at is that just because you would mark it as a daily drinker does not mean that it would replace your preferential daily drinker. It's just on the same level as that.
The thing is, I have one daily drinker.
That's what I'm getting at.
It is
the goal of
bullet bourbon.
Exactly.
And only thing that every day, if I need a drink, I will just grab this. Nothing else will ever be a daily drinker.
So for you, everything that is as good or better than your bullet would be a daily drinker for you.
No, okay, but so
if that is the goal of that flag.
It would be the next step down. And then if that didn't exist, that would be the next step down. They're all sharing the same category, my dude.
No, okay, look. The way I see it is the bullet is my best friend.
Yes.
Of all the whiskeys, that is my best friend. I only have one best friend, and that is it.
What if your best friend
every podcast you ask me, would you replace your best friend with this best friend?
Bro, are you emotionally bonding with this bottle?
Are there whiskeys that are better than the bullet?
It's an analogy. It's not about it being better. The thing is that when you say daily drinker, it makes my mind think things that you don't intend for it to think.
The daily drinker is a term that people have used for tens of years.
It sounds like a personal problem. I think he's gonna have to take some time.
Well, I'm just saying. Like, the term daily drinker doesn't mean that you're drinking it every day.
Because I search for definition of daily drinker, and it goes to National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism.
Wow.
About moderate alcohol use.
Dude,
CDC.
Anthony, I told you, this comes from people who were alcoholics. That's why whenever you were like, where does this term come from? It's just a term. It describes a dad who would get way too smashed, like after he came back from home, or a mom, or anybody who didn't have kids that had access to alcohol and was like, I'm gonna drink this to the day I die. Or
I like this definition. AI might have helped. It is to describe a bottle of alcohol that is considered a reliable everyday choice for consumption.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so for you, that would essentially, in my head, it would be anything. For me, it would be anything that is on the same level as a Redbreast 12 or better.
Yeah.
That is my bar for what I consider for me a daily drinker. Quote unquote.
Okay. I give it a 6 out of 10. It is not a daily drinker because it's too sweet and I wouldn't want to. I don't think it is reliable for everyday choice for consumption. But a bullet bourbon that I say is probably like a 3 out of 10 is a daily drinker.
And that's interesting, but also fair.
Strange how that works out.
Matt, how do you feel about this whiskey?
Oh, okay. Jesus Christ. I don't remember anymore, Anthony. It's been so long. Let me go ahead and plumb my freaking long-term memory real quick. No, that's whenever I was born. Let's go further back.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah. So, I first sipped this and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. And then the more I drank, the more I was like, oh, this is kind of my thing. Like, this is my flavor profile. It's like, it's sweet. It's sultry. It's got a little bit of spice to it. And it kicks a little bit. So like, this is firmly up my alley. I would give it a 5. It is a daily drinker, and I would pay $30 for this. I'm praying.
You're praying.
I'm praying that it stays this low.
My
the way
goodness.
Eric just laughed is
I
not a good sign.
Nat, I think you're just feeling a little cheap because I think you have been willing to pay $30 for a 3 out of 10 in the past. And now you're saying
But I
5 out of
really
10
want
and you
this
still
one, though. I really want
He's
this
like,
one,
I
though.
want to buy it for $30
He's
though.
like, I want to drink this every day.
I want to drink
I want it to
put
be
this on the
affordable.
shelf, guys. I haven't bought a single bottle of whiskey in a very long time
I
outside
want
of
to put this on
the thing that we
every
bought.
shelf in my house.
No. Maybe.
I want a bottle in my cupboard. I want a bottle at my desk.
Okay. Eric.
Yeah.
Okay. Eric.
So this is a cool whiskey. I agree. You get some tobacco, you get some pear. It's got like a kick to it, a little bit of fruitiness. Like you get this tobacco campfire
Oh my God, milk.
Yeah, there's
pear type of thing going
not actually
on.
milk in it, but-
Maltiness. Yeah, it gets some like milky nougat, malty vibes to it. It's a little sweet. It's a little hot. A little bit of cinnamony, but it doesn't taste too young, but it does have a young flavor to it. I think that's the only thing that I don't like I think the tobacco plus the young flavor note create a little bit of tobacco-y bitterness, like right near the end, that isn't quite my favorite, but I think outside of that, it's really nice. Man, I'm gonna give it a 5.
Okay.
But it's like right below a 5, but it's not low, like below it enough to like dock it down any. But if you know how some people have the tier lists, this would be on like
It's
the
a
lower end of the things that
4.99.
yeah, it's like as close as you
Basically
can
a
be.
5, but everyone's going to think it's a 4 since it looks like it's $4. It's actually $5, but one
Yeah.
cent less.
But no, this is a 5. I would totally do this as a daily drinker. I think it's really, really close. I would love to see this right around. Well, I know the price, unfortunately, but I would love to see this at $40. Unfortunately, looks like you can get. If you get it on sale, I see a place doing it for $50, but most places are sitting 60-ish, right around $60 that I see. So,
The dreams of
yeah, it looks like you're probably going to be
Very
paying
pricey.
around $50 to $60 for this. I don't think it's too bad for the price point,
it's
but
not bad for the price point, but
you do have some things at that price point that start to push into 6 and 7s, especially with age. So the biggest competitors at this price range, you're fighting against the Eagle Rare 10-year. You're fighting against the Russell's Reserve 10-year. You're fighting against the Rare Wild Turkey, right? You got some heavy hitters at the $60 range that you got to contend with. And all of those are 6 to 10-year single barrel whiskeys or 6 to 10-year blends and all of that kind of stuff. And they don't have that young age flavor at all. And this one does have that a little bit. So I think it's just right below that in the price war.
damn.
But it is a
Well-
very solid whiskey. It's fun. I will never deny this. I will never not drink the full glass of it if it's offered to me. And I would, if I saw this at a restaurant, I'd get it. And if I saw a bottle of this on sale, I'd probably grab it. So it is definitely a solid whiskey choice to try out.
Definitely worth it. Neat.
So, a couple things to consider though. One thing is they are in Seattle. That's the
Yeah.
expensive place to be.
Yep.
Which it's one of those things where it's like, if you make something in the middle of the country, yeah, you can charge $30 for something that is $60 somewhere else. Other thing is apparently, supposedly, they source all of their stuff locally, reduce transportation emissions. They support regenerative agriculture. They recycle their water in their distillation process. They use oak that's been air seasoned for years rather than kiln dried.
Interesting.
To ensure quality and environmental responsibility, apparently. Yes, a whole bunch of other stuff like that they say that they do. So if that's your thing, could all be lies.
Yeah.
Could all be truths. Who knows? But those could be reasons that it costs a little bit more than normal because they're not buying factory farmed corn, for instance. They're buying corn directly from some hobby farmer or small farmer or whatever, stuff like that.
Yeah. Not
Worth
bad.
considering. I do find it hilarious that I gave it the highest rating, but y'all want to drink it all the time.
Shut up.
Yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting.
Hilarious. Also, I freaked out about the milk thing because I described it as the milky flavor without knowing that it said milk in here. It's like the first time that there's been a flavor in here that I'm like if I looked at it, I'd be like, how in the world is there milk in this?
Where's the milk?
Where's the milk?
Where's the milk?
There
it
is
is.
some
Boy,
milk in there.
I tell you, there ain't no milk in there.
This might be one of the, like the top three whiskeys from Flaviar, though.
For sure.
That's actually true. We have a short list. It does have some contenders though for Flaviar. Most notably is you have a few 7s and 8s from Flaviar that it has to contend to.
Oh,
I
Anthony.
believe. Yeah, like the OI. We got the Frey Ranch, which has 7s, 8s across the board for both of them, essentially.
Oh, maybe it's top 5 or top 10.
Yeah.
Frey Ranch had
It's
a
probably
7.
in the top 10.
I put it at 6. I thought.
No. You put it as a 7.5 or
Fuck.
8.
What?
And then, let's see. The original Frey Ranch, you put it a 7. So you put the farm strength at an 8, 7.58, and the original at a 7.
Failed myself.
Yep. And then one of the best ones was actually that finale bottle that you can't even really get. Deer, Bear, and Moose, which got 7/8 across the board. That was the highlight from the last Flaviar, probably.
Damn.
That had the highest average rating.
Upsetting.
And then, yeah. Funnily enough, Anthony likes the base Frey Ranch better than he likes the farm strength Frey Ranch.
He's a big old sissy boy. Ain't you, boy? Got one of them heart-shaped underwears on, don't you there, sissy boy?
Not true. These are lies.
I have the data. I have the data.
You have subjective data. Subjective data is never objective.
Only subjective that I see right now is those chubby cheeks there, sissy boy.
We would have to do a side-by-side taste test.
Okay, so next week we're going to restart the podcast from the start. We'll redo all the ratings and see how it turns up the second.
Yep.
These are human readings.
That's
Your
fair.
emotions, the what you ate that day, how you slept, the way the week's going. All of those things affect your ratings, like 100%. So
The best ones are the non-number ones,
side by
though.
side.
Those are the most
Non-number
realistic ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I need to do that again.
Nat has a non-number rating too.
I do.
Yeah.
Is it
Oh
ass?
fuck, and it's 6. It's the Copper Fox Rye whiskey.
Copper Fox, what? Right? Was that from Flaviar, or was that something I got from you?
That was a Flaviar one.
Copper Fox.
See,
I said,
the thing you gotta
fuck.
understand is when I give a rating, like today, and I said 6 out of That came out, that was thought about for less than 1 second. Okay, there was no analysis. There was no comparison to anything I've ever drank except for this single malt bullet right next to it. I had no idea what I would rate the single malt, if I ever have. Every time I give a rating, it is a in the moment guesstimate random number generator, basically, like between certain numbers. So this one was a random number generator between 4 and 7, and 6 came out.
Solid.
Fair.
I don't think about it. I
Solid.
don't. That's why literally the grunts and stuff, those are probably very much more accurate.
Yeah.
I should get
That
back
makes
to
sense.
that.
He's like, I found my rating system.
Ah.
Mm, that's
Aha.
all right. That's pretty good.
Oh god.
Have y'all been playing anything else this week, past 3 weeks?
No. It's
Man.
just
Has
been
that been pretty much
Silksong,
it?
guys. I've been
I
playing
mean,
Silksong
you got
like
the-
a goddamn fiend. People
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, you want to play Helldivers?" I'm like, I don't even answer. I don't even say anything. I have left people on red for the past 2 weeks. If they're watching this, I'm so sorry, but you have to understand. I did tell you, I'm going to disappear, and the only thing I'm going to play is Silksong for a very long time. Just letting you know.
No, I didn't look into it too much, but I did read that I think supposedly Helldivers actually finally gave access back to their video game for people in countries that already bought it, and then they took it away.
Really?
That's why I
Hell
stopped
yeah.
playing Helldivers. It took a year or two for them
It
to
took them
give
a while.
access back to
Yeah.
almost all the countries. I think
Hey,
there
man.
might be 2 countries that they didn't give it back to, and one might be North Korea. That might
Hey, man.
be.
Can
We're
you
here
can you
for
tell
it.
the audience how you feel about that?
So
Nope.
this is
Okay.
Okay.
Fel.
Yeah, this is
is Fel.
Fel.
Fel is female.
Yes. Fel is a female.
I gotta say,
She's usually very talkative. She came in yelling at me. Say hello to the audience. What are you
she's
doing?
the one that requires butt rubs, but not in your room.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah,
Where
she
do
likes her
they
butt
have to be
rubs
given.
She likes to be carried by dad.
on the yoga mat.
Strangely enough.
On
No,
the
no.
yoga mat.
She gets
Oh,
butt rubs
goodbye.
on the yoga mat.
Oh, nope. She's
Yeah.
like, nope, I'm over it.
Yep.
Where's the yoga mat? Does the yoga mat have to stay out, or is it allowed?
It
to be put away?
doesn't. It doesn't, but she still wants to be in the living room.
It's the location. It's not.
Yeah, it's the living room. If the yoga mat's anywhere else, she'll go to the little talking pads and like scratch on those. But
If my yoga mat, my dog lays on it. Just take.
oh yeah, no,
Wait, are you
yoga
teaching them how to talk with the buttons?
trying. They don't like pressing the button. But they know what the buttons mean. So for example, if I press the cuddle button, Fel will look at me and then meow and then start walking away briskly.
Oh, God.
If she doesn't want to cuddle. But if she wants to
hilarious.
play, she'll like walk over, sit next to the button, and then if I press it, she'll like meow and like excitedly run to the toy. So she knows what it
So-
means, but they haven't connected the dots on like pressing it to get said thing.
No. Here's the thing. They don't tell you about this when you're trying to teach your cats or dogs how to use these. There's one key ingredient to getting them to push those buttons themselves. You have to neglect your kids. If you are an attentive parent and you
Sir.
always cover all their needs stuff, they
won't
have no reason to
respond.
push the button
Why
because
would I press the
you're reading their language without them pushing the button that speaks your language.
That's fair.
You have to force them into knowing your language like a bully.
Fair. It's really easy for Fel because she literally would play 24/7 without stop, without fail, at all constant hours of the living universe if she could.
Solid.
Nuts.
Yeah, that is all she wants in life. She could, doesn't matter if she's hungry. She will forego food if you bring out the toy that she likes.
I mean, I feel like that's any. Well, no, that's not true. At a certain point, there is a switch.
Yeah, one of My dog Huey is not food motivated at all. He couldn't care less about food.
My dogs are very much play oriented, which is unfortunate because a lot of our time is spent stationary doing hobbies. So it's like it's a tug of war.
Do your dogs play with each other?
No.
Isn't that great? Ash
that
had a
fantastic?
conversation with our dogs the other day. She was looking at them. She was like, "The reason we have two of you is so y'all would play together.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to play?
It's
Yeah.
like
you
don't
play.
Do you hear that?
You don't
Go
understand.
play with your brother.
No, she can't.
Do it.
Why do they
What
do
are you
this?
doing?
She is very cute.
Cats play or do they sabotage?
I mean,
Oh,
I feel
no,
like
they
it's the
love
same thing.
they love playing. They love playing. They actually aren't sabotage cats. Although she
Yet.
this little deviant likes to push thing off of things now.
What? So cute.
So she'll look at you and then she'll be like,
bitch.
and then she'll walk away. She'll like prance away too. The minute it falls, she'll look at it, look at you, and then she'll be like, and walk away.
What a little shit. What?
I'm like, what are we doing?
Monitor.
Oh
She
my
wants the
gosh.
Monitor on.
She's actually stopped with the monitor. I think so they don't really care about cat TV. The monitor, they were really interested in it at first when they were didn't know about it and didn't know what it was. But I think they've connected the dots that like they can't hunt the thing in the monitor, so it doesn't hold any interest. My cats are very much, they don't like weird non-toys. Like, they want their toys to be like mice or like look like a small animal. They love their mice. So like they will
Okay.
hunt those down.
So if you throw something at Deku, like a tennis ball, it'll probably bounce off his head, and you'll think he's a fucking inept, doesn't know how to catch, no coordination dog. You throw an apple at him, shaped just like a tennis ball, he will catch it, he will throw it in the air, catch it again, he will eat it. You throw at him a thing that looks like a dead animal that's like stringy and long and a little furry.
Savage.
He will catch it, he will throw it around, and he will try to chew on it, stuff like that.
Predator. He knows whenever it's food.
He's only if he doesn't care about it, he's like, yeah, let that hit me in the face. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how my cats are too. They typically, they'll like play with the balls and stuff, but they want the mice. They want the mouse.
The mess.
Yeah. They love it. And typically
Well-
they don't do the furniture or anything like that. They're really not that ours are not that destructive, luckily. They're just one of them just wants to lounge around and sleep all the time, and the other one wants to play 100% of the time, and she will constantly meow at you.
Do they use the 3D printed cat scratcher fur?
We've tried to get it. We have it on the corner, and we've tried to get them to use it, but they don't really rub up against things, oddly enough. They're not like rubbing cats yet.
Rubbers.
I have
probably
heard that
3D
it takes some time for that,
Rubbers.
but
Yeah, now we 3D printed them a thing that attaches to a corner, and it's just like a scratcher.
it's a scratcher.
But
Interesting.
it's also supposed to brush them. It'll like take extra fur off.
Yeah.
And they're not doing that, of course, because they're cats.
So far,
They don't
they
do it to
will
your
jump
legs
over
even?
it. No, not often. Not often. They're not rubbers. I don't know. I don't know if it's just they didn't
It's
learn
usually
that.
like a scent thing, right?
Usually,
Putting
yeah.
their scent on something.
I think we
Scratcher would have
rub on them so much that we smell like them. They probably just think, whatever. But they're not
rubbing
big
your dad?
scenters. No, they're not big rubbers. They like being held. They like cuddling. They like sleeping like against us, but they don't like rub against us like the normal. You know how normal cats will like put their head into your leg and stuff like that. They don't do that.
Do they sleep
Age.
in the bed at night?
Yeah, they sleep in the bed.
Now, do they sleep in the bed or do they sleep on your pillow above your head?
It depends. They They will pretty much sleep anywhere on the bed. So
They
sometimes
sleep
they'll be
your
on top
neck
of me.
like a scarf.
Sometimes, yes. Sometimes I will wake up and Fel will be like here, laying on top of me, or Larko will be like sprawled out with like, yeah.
Do they wake you intentionally?
They
Do you ever
wake
get
B
slapped in the face?
intentionally.
Like,
they wake.
Does she get a little slap in the nose or anything? Or like,
I'm too heavy a sleeper. They do not wake me. They wake B up all the time though.
Oh, that's fucked. Just
Well, what they do is they start attacking her feet.
oh god.
They'll like full on fox dive her feet.
what?
Stupid.
Cause she'll like move her, she'll like move her feet.
Feet under the blanket.
Oh,
Yeah, so they're trying to dig.
yeah,
They're
so
doing the
like-
fox pounce.
They try to put their paws in the snow,
Yes,
man.
it's me.
Oh my goodness.
dude, I would
That's
kick a
right.
cat across the room.
Unfortunately,
Just punt them. They bounce off the wall.
I've had multiple nights where I've woke up to Miffy, like just looking straight at me, and then she'll just like paw myself on the forehead, and then lay down on my chest.
No.
She's such an asshole.
The,
She just wants me to be awake
adorable.
while she lays on me, so that I know that like she's waiting to be let out. And I'm just like,
no.
you're a little
Oh yeah, they have no bladder.
Yeah.
The-
I can almost guarantee you I have to go and clean up some urine. That's
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Well, on that clean note, my guys, another wonderful episode. Nintendo dropping the ball
Bullshit.
is what it is. But a good whiskey. And
Fantastic whiskey. Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, I guess October going to be a dry month for us. We're going to try some non-alcoholic whiskeys. They will be in the Discord. Check it all out. We'll have the things up there so you can buy them in advance if you want to try them with us. Yeah, like, subscribe, check out all the channels, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Each other. I mean,
Yeah.
don't forget
Bye.
to love each other. I mean, don't forget to
The-
love and touch each other. I mean,
Yeah,
bye.
all the things. Peace.